What is up, YouTube? I'm here today to review the Playarts Kai Final Fantasy VII Remake Barret. Look at the size of this box. It's got a hefty weight to it because it has a strong man with a gun attached to his arm in it. It is Barret, the classic, I forgot what his freaking last name is, Barret Wallace. Version 2 of Barret Wallace, because apparently, yeah, I just noticed this is the version 2, I forgot. Not only was there a version 1 of Cloud from the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and a version 1 of Barret, but they came back and they said, you know what, we finished the game, they look a little different. So I waited, I decided to not try to do the first versions. I knew the game was I didn't know at that time, pretty far from getting finished. So here we are with the version 2. Let's see what it looks like. I love the presentation of these boxes. You can open them up, close them. They got a little magnet here. You can see the inside. I like that. I like to keep these boxes as well. I just think they're well-made boxes and they have a nice presentation. But we want to see what's inside the box. Let's get right in there into seeing what the heck Barret looks like. So here he is in the flesh, Barret Wallace. I wanted to, right out the gate, get Cloud here to show kind of the size difference. They're both very close in size. Maybe Barret's a little bit taller. I think Cloud, if you take out a spiky hair, he's a lot shorter. That might be 90% of Cloud. But yeah, he's definitely a bulkier figure than Cloud. And the first thing right out the gate I want to talk about as well was, I think I said in the last video, and I'm not still, I'm displaying Cloud without his stand because he stands great. I think his feet kind of are just fine or whatever, but there's a great stand that comes with it. I'm going to move Cloud, you're going to go back here. We're going to get you spotlight was on you last video. But this I'm having a little bit more harder time finding out how to get him to stand. Okay, right there is fine. Which I might be okay with, but I almost recommend using the stand that comes with him this time. I'm not sure. Maybe if I have his back against the shelf, he might be okay. But here he is, a very hyper-detailed. I always brag about the Playarts Kai figures and how detailed they are. His jacket is this rubber jacket. I like when they make the separate kind of even in other figures, you know, even this part moves, where his belt and all that stuff is at. His belt doesn't move, but I just like when stuff hangs off or whatever. There's a different feel to him. So yeah, you can pull his jacket back. The classic gun is very detailed, right up to the tips on there, and that is what you pay for. This was, after shipping, $140 US for me. But you absolutely get what you pay for. There's also the materia. I think that's the materia thing where you place in the game. There's materia you can use. That's even on there, shown on his gun. There is his classic dog tags at his top right there. What I do think is kind of funny is his neck moves around, his head moves around or whatever, and they actually made... It's very weird to see, but he has chest hair. And his chest hair is almost a separate place. It's separate to the neck. It kind of looks a little bit odd. From afar, you're never going to notice it, but up close, I just think it's funny. I almost feel like, I'm not sure why they did that. I think the neck is actually a separate place from the chest part. I think it's a whole separate part of the body, so you can adjust it and I guess adjust the neck. I'm not sure why they did that, but I digress. Again, there's all the details. There's 18 belts that he needs to keep his pants up, I guess, or his shirt on. I'm not sure. He's got all of the different attachments to his side. I just love the detail and care that went into the remake's you know, depiction of Barret. And all that is shown here. He's got his tattoo, and that's on the, you know, we're talking about the chest hair. This is actually on the one part of his arm, or this is several parts. So this arm is just 3 parts, so where you can really, you know, pose them however you want. And there's some cool poses I'm going to show here in just a second. from the box. But yeah, and then also I want to say, and we'll go into the accessories next, because the face is one of the better faces of Player's Kai in recent memory. I thought Cloud's looked great, but man, yeah, I'm really pleased with how this came out. With the head that comes on right out of the box, these sunglasses are hard attached, like they are just attached to this head. This head does not have the glasses, but the glasses come as an attachment if you want to. I mean, they both look the same. If you just put this on him, it just is the same. So what is this for? What are the separate glasses for? I'm glad you asked. What that's for is on the other attachment. So the other attachment you get is kind of a hand, which I'm probably going to do this hand and replace this left hand on there. But another choice you can have is the left hand, because of course, you know, he only has the one hand. I'm not sure they're going to replace a whole gun arm for you there, but so he gets the left hand replacements of all the Player's Kai. Yeah, this is the only one that only replaces one hand. Just realize that. This hand has a hole in it. And what do you do with that hole? Get your mind out of the gutter. You place the sunglasses. You can place the sunglasses right into there, and I did it right before I started recording. I cannot do it again. But these go into, you take one of the ends of the sunglasses. It's very easy to do. Don't take my word for it. No, it's actually kind of difficult, but and it's just him taking off the glasses. You can make him like have his hand up and holding the sunglasses right near his head. I think that's cool, looking like he's just taking off the sunglasses. Like, what the heck did I just see? What's going on here? Who's the Sephiroth guy? Why is his hair all gray and his sword is big like clouds? What's going on here? This is nuts. Same thing to be mindful of versus the same thing with Cloud. Cloud had that Buster sword, and he had the extra hands to like make his hand like this or whatever else. This has this hand. It has the sunglass holding, you know, hand and sunglasses, and then just Barret, and then the sand. Whereas in the past, I felt like the Player's Kai had a lot of different accessories, and now they don't, and the price is still $140. It's like climbing. I'm fine with that. I never really change out a bunch of the accessories, so I'm totally cool with the high detail that I'm getting in this figure. I'm super happy with how these figures look. That's something to be mindful for. You're paying $140, and here's the accessories you're getting. You know, Barret without his sunglasses, the glasses, and the two extra hands. But the detail that you're getting for these figures for $140 is impeccable. I freaking love these. I'm getting the whole set, and I will again recommend this one right out the gate as well. If you were a fan of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I also this was the first time seeing these new stands for me in the Cloud review, but they are back. They are much easier than the old Player's Kai stands, and I also kind of am recommend, even though he's standing fine, maybe he's okay. But if you are on shaky ground, if you are doing gymnastics in the same room that you are storing your figures in. So, for $140, do I recommend the figure? If you are a fan of Final Fantasy VII Remake, if you love the game as much as I did, these Player's Kai figures are awesome. I just love having these bigger, larger figures like Cloud, and I can't wait to get the whole set. These figures just look great. They're big. They're highly detailed. You can pose them in different ways. I think the way I'm going to pose Barret here is I'm going to get him in the classic getting ready for his Buster shot, and I think it's on the box as well, showing him with the gun arm kind of out like, oh, come at me, I'm about to blow your head off. That is how I'm going to pose him. But you can pose him in whatever way. You can have him, you know, given the sunglasses. So definitely recommended. $140. That is a lot of money. Also want to mention, as I did in the last review, that I've had some. I got all the Metal Gear Solid 5 complete set, and I had somebody reach out in the comments and say, "Hey, check eBay. Those things went up, and yeah, they exploded in value, way above the $140 I think I paid for each of those." So one thing to keep in mind, if you're saying, I'll just wait or whatever, if there is at least one of these figures that you want, if you really want Barret, if you really want Cloud, if you can't afford the whole set, I get that, that's very expensive. But if there is one that you want, I would say actually grab it right now, because with these Player's Kai figures, they don't restock them. there's trouble restocking. That's why I look back at all those Metal Gear figures and all these other ones that these Player Arts Kai have, and they just don't make new running. They don't run, you know, another production of them. It's one kind of run and they're done on some of them. Not saying that it can't ever happen, but don't get your hopes up that that's going to happen. So if you like Barret, if you think he looks freaking cool in this video, pick him up. I'm not getting paid. I'm not sponsored by any of these figures. I just think they're freaking cool. And I really think, man, this just looks awesome. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing the rest of the Final Fantasy VII figures as they release. We also do podcasts talking about video games, movies, TV shows every month, me and my friends. We also do streams every week. So check that out. But thank you for watching. This has been a Barret approved figure review of Barret Wallace himself. So long, and have a fun time getting Barret as well. I always end these awkward. There's no cool way to end this. I wish I had sunglasses to take off. I can't even do that. Goodbye.